Hello, everybody, and welcome to my Tuesday Diablo 4 stream. Like usual, on Tuesdays, we will start with going over the Wednesday new comic book releases. Um, the first comic book for this Wednesday on the list is Deadly Hands of Kung Lun, number 2. Then Dungeons of Doom, number 3. And Dungeons of Doom has 2 variant covers. After that is Fantastic Four, number 9. And that has 4 variant covers. Then next is Fantastic Four First Foes, which is based off of the Fantastic Four from the MCU movie. This comic book has 3 variant covers. So if you want to see more about the Fantastic Four's background from the Fantastic Four movie, this is the one to pick up. Generation X-23. Basically, it's X-23's current ongoing comic. It has 4 variant covers. X-23 is set to make a major shift into the MCU. From what I understand, they have big plans for X-23 in the MCU in the future. So for those people who are speculators, collectors, whatever, this would be the time to pick up stuff like Generation X-23 to see if it gains some value, or look up her first appearances, etc. And go from there. Because if she's already kind of a hit when she first appeared in the Fox X-Men Wolverine series, of movies, and she's always been a fan favorite among the comic readers when she originally first appeared. So if she really makes an impact in the MCU in the future, her comic books are basically guaranteed to raise, a bit. There's Godzilla Infinity Roar, number 2. Basically, it's Godzilla with the power of the Infinity Gems. And it has 2 variant covers. Inglorious X-Force number 3. 2 variant covers. Iron Man number 3. 5 variant covers. Null number 3. 2 variant covers. Mark Spector. No. That's a reprint. So, not gonna talk about reprints. I personally don't believe in reprints. So, if I miss something and I really want to collect a series that I missed, I'll just get a trade paperback. I'm not gonna go pursue it. It's just not worth my time. There's plenty of comics, new comics coming out, etc., that want to steal my money. So there's no reason for me to go back and get a second printing. New Avengers number 10. It only has one variant cover. Predator Bloodshed #2. For those people who are Predator fans, two variant covers. Psylocke Ninja #3. 4 variant covers. Rogue #3. 4 variant covers. Psi Dimensional Rivals. This is a comic book featuring a character based off of Marvel Rivals background theme. Because I don't think Psi is a Marvel Rivals character yet. But it is a character that apparently exists in the Marvel Rivals realm type of thing. So for those people who love Marvel Rivals and want to know more about its back history and characters that are behind the scenes and what's going on, Psi is, it looks like she's a Psylocke variant. So Psi #3 is out this week. It has 1 variant cover. Let's see here. Amazing Spider-Man #25. Because it's #25, this is an important issue that, if you are jumping onto the Spider-Man franchise, this might be a good place to start because it's an anniversary issue, for at least for this collaboration. Because Amazing Spider-Man has a long history. Their legacy numbers, I don't think, is anniversary, but for this art team and writing team, they're on 2 years worth of Spider-Man, and it's their 25th issue. This comic has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 variant covers. So hopefully you find the one that you like, and then you go from there. Punisher #2. If Punisher's appearance in Netflix series Daredevil didn't boost his popularity enough, he's getting a special sometime this summer, which is going to be like a one-shot movie. He's also appearing in Spider-Man Brand New Day. So I mean, if you're a Punisher fan and you like the original gritty Punisher, this is your time. He's no longer the fist of the hand, type of thing. He's just back to being the Punisher. This is #2, and it has 1, 2, 3 variant covers. Ultimates Endgame Ultimates Endgame #3. Excuse me, had to sneeze. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 variant covers. Excuse me again. Uncanny X-Men #25. Another anniversary issue for this art team and writing team. Uncanny X-Men. Just like the Amazing Spider-Man, its legacy numbers is actually way beyond 25 issues. But this writing and artist team has been flagshipping. this book for 25 issues now. So it's technically their anniversary, not really the Uncanny X-Men's anniversary. But if you like their stories, you like their art, or if you just want to jump on to Uncanny X-Men because you like the team lineup, etc. This would be a good issue to start with. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm sneezing so much, but I don't think it. I think I'm gonna sneeze a couple more times. Wiccan, Witch's Road #4 is out. It only has one variant cover. For those people who are fans of Wolverine, Weapons of Armageddon, #2 is out. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 variant covers. Oh, for those people who want to know more about Wonder Man, you just finished seeing the MCU's version of Wonder Man. The original Marvel Comics Wonder Man has a series #1 now. It has 3 variant covers. So if you want to know a little more about the original Wonder Man and his just want to see what his adventures in the comic books are like compared to the ones in the MCU, you can pick up this book, and don't be surprised when I say that basically the Wonder Man of the MCU is a different take on Wonder Man, as the original Wonder Man was a white guy. In the MCU, they decided to go diversity and make him black. Wonder Man also has the original Wonder Man has a unspecified untapped potential of great power, which basically translates into super strength, invulnerability, and I forget what else he could do. But basically, he's basically a tank. He's not like the Wonder Man in the MCU. The Wonder Man in the MCU gives him access to some of that potential power that the regular Wonder Man in the comics hasn't manifested yet. Because Wonder Man in the comics has a lot of potential, does have the ionic energy inside of him, but he hasn't. Unlike the Wonder Man of the MCU, the Wonder Man in the MCU is starting to untap the potential of that ionic energy. So he's able to do a lot more things with it than the Wonder Man of the regular comics. But if you want to know more about Wonder Man, or want to see what they're doing with the regular Wonder Man in comparison to the one in the MCU, you just want to see the different takes of Wonder Man. Both are fairly exciting. Both are fairly cool. I like the Wonder Man series. I like the fact that they brought back the guy who played the Mandarin. He's a good actor, Ben Kingsley. That story was very good, and I want to see how that progresses into Wonder Man Series 2 in the MCU. The Wonder Man in the Marvel Comics, he wasn't a bad character. He was just how do you call it? He was underutilized. he had so much potential to do, to do different things, blah blah blah, but they never really, nobody ever took him and said, "Hey, let's turn him into something big." He was a member of the Avengers for a little bit, but he never, how do you say it? He never really felt like anybody took him out of the box. You know what I mean? He always felt like, he has a lot of potential to be something, but he was never really, no writer or no artist really followed up on bringing him more, making him more than what he was, type of thing. Let's see here. Okay, Invincible returns, #1. It has a blank sketch. Hold on. Oh no, this is a reprint. That sucks. Don't wanna care about that one. Don't wanna care. I thought it was a new series from him, but he's not. So forget that. Okay, this is a better one. Spawn 367. It has one variant cover. Spawn Scorched, #51. It has one variant cover. For those people who love collecting Spawn, and its various spin-offs. Let's see here. For those people who still have hopes for Youngblood, Youngblood is such a failed comic that it's not funny. It has an interesting concept, but I have a feeling that it's a concept that it would have done better in somebody else's hands. That just Rob Liefeld came up with possibly a good idea, but it'll just never achieve, what Rob Liefeld can't bring that level of success to this book. It basically, somebody else will end up, taking Youngblood or taking a Youngblood-like concept and making it happen and have great success. But Rob Liefeld, he may have come up with a concept, and it might be a very interesting concept, etc. Where superheroes basically are sponsored by Nike, Coca-Cola, etc. And therefore they're at the mercy of their patrons, etc. You kind of see a little bit of such an existence in The Boys. The Boys have a similar, situation going on where they have sponsors and various things where they have to do commercials and different things to promote the different sponsors, type of thing, during their superheroing. Young Rob Liefeld, he came up with that concept when he created Youngblood initially. It was a fairly good concept, but like I said, he just never was able to. He never had the writing skill to bring that to the table and make it a winner. But if you still like Youngblood, if you still like Liefeld as a creative artist, basically he has Youngblood #5. He has 3 variant covers, and go from there. I mean, I myself don't like his art. Some of his concepts are kind of childish, but I recognize that at least he tries. At least he has some love for comics and superheroes and stuff like that. It's just that basically he comes up with these concepts a lot of times that basically are beyond his ability to make popular. He does not have the ability to give it that shine that would make his ideas great. Somebody else had to come in and like Mark Waid with Deadpool. Yeah, Liefeld may have come up with the concept of Deadpool. You know, it might have been his baby originally, but the thing is that it wasn't him who made him a success. His original Deadpool release, didn't do too good. If it wasn't for the reimagining by Mark Waid and other writers over time to make Deadpool what he is today, Deadpool would still be just a comical afterthought, I like the fact that he's confident in his ideas and stuff like that, and some of his ideas are not even that bad. But the problem is that he does not have the writing chops to, as far as I've seen in any of his series, have the writing chops to make his creations the great comic book creations that they should be. And that goes with a lot of different. That's not unique to him. There's a lot of people like that out there, and they just got to recognize, that they might be good artists or they might be good writers. But the thing is that they got to find that path to. If you're a great writer, you got to find that great artist to make your writing beautiful. That make it next level, etc. The Diablo game crashed. What the hell? Let's open it again. Okay, Absolute Martian Manhunter number 10. The DCU's one of the most powerful characters in the DCU, because he literally has the power to shapeshift into anybody he wants. And not only does he have the ability to shapeshift into anybody he wants, but he gains their powers as well. Like, for instance, when he shapeshifts into Superman, he gets the full power of Superman. If he shapeshifts into a Daxamite, he gets the full power of a Daxamite. It has not been shown yet how or restrictions. The only thing that he has is the fact that he still retains his fear of fire, because he when he was on Mars, he watched his civilization die, and he saw his family burn in a fire, and it's traumatized him. But as for his other weaknesses, who knows? My thing is that what would stop him from shapeshifting into more cosmic entities like Darkseid, and then you'll be able to fight the real Darkseid, fist to fist, Omega Blast to Omega Blast, because there has not, like I said, there has never been, they've never shown a limit to his shapeshifting power. They've never given him a upper limit, etc. So we'll just have to wait and see. But potentially, he is one of the stronger DC Universe heroes. And with that, he does have one weakness though. If he does shapeshift into Green Lantern, of course he's not going to gain Green Lantern's power. He would need the ring. And he won't have the willpower of Hal Jordan, which has been massively enhanced over the years. Because all his power would come from not his physical form, but it would come from an object. Okay, Absolute Wonder Woman number 18 is out. Oh yeah, hold on. Martian Manhunter has 3 variant covers. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I'm just repeating it just in case. Absolute Wonder Woman has 2 variant covers. Now this is important. There was a Superman Spider-Man crossover in the 70s. It was a Treasury Edition book. This Wednesday is the release of the follow-up to a modern-day crossover between Spider-Man and Superman. And it is a brand new DC Marvel crossover featuring Superman and Spider-Man #1. It has 3 variant covers. Hold on, is there any more than 3, or is it just 3? Oh no, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 variant covers. So the words, if you want to see something that comes out just once every 10 years or so, or once in a blue moon, this would be the comic to get. I mean, they're bound to reprint it, but the words, all the variant covers and stuff will only be printed once. The basic edition might be reprinted, but like I said, the variant covers probably won't. And you know, if you ever wanted to see a Marvel DC crossover, etc., you know, Spider-Man and Superman, you know, not a bad crossover to have. Okay, and then Detective Comics, number 1107. That there's 2 variant covers. Green Lantern number 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variant covers. Harley Quinn number 60. 1, 2, 3, 4 variant covers. Justice League Unlimited number 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 variant covers. Superman number 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 variant covers. Flash number 31. 1, 2, 3 variant covers. Let's see here. Any other comics? Oh, Harley Quinn. Oh no. That's nothing. That's a reprint. That's a reprint. Okay, for those people collecting Thundercats, number 25 is out, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 variant covers. Okay, let's see here. Yep, just scanning through the rest of the list. And that looks like it. Okay, so that's it for this week's My Comic Book Picks. Hopefully everybody enjoyed, And what the hell? Okay, so okay, let's get back to Doom. Okay. Earn Bloody Billy in Season of Slaughter by completing season rank 5. How far do they think I'm? Okay. Am I that far behind? Reap benefits from the tree. Earn gifts from the... Like I haven't been trying? I get extra gifts from the tree. Okay, that's... I could live with that. Okay, now this is the story. Yesterday, after the stream,
salutations.
I checked out.
Come and don the mantle of
to make
history's
sure.
champions.
I found 100% that my game was glitched. I couldn't advance in the seasonal journey. My seasonal thing was messed up, and there's no way for me to go forward. So I had to start a replacement character. I got him back up to level 12. It's basically the same character. It's still a necromancer. It's same name, everything. I transferred all my gear that I earned to my new character. I can't unlock it yet because my gear for my 51st level necromancer is too high for a 12th level necromancer. So basically, at least I don't lose the gear. I don't lose all the stuff that I found, basically, is what it amounts to. I did lose all the herbs and all the crafting material, which is sad. I lost actually I did no, I lost progression in the seasonal chart. I lost those rewards, but luckily I didn't advance very far in those rewards at the same time. So therefore I didn't lose much there, and the advancement in the Doom reliquies and all that stuff is all the same. So I didn't lose in the reliquies. I didn't lose some things, but the only thing I really lost is the stuff from the seasonal journey. So therefore it wasn't horrible. It's just the time lost is bad because I was 52nd level, whatever, and I had a lot of things going for me, and now I got to redo that all the way. I was back all the way to first level, and having to rebuild again, which is the suck part. Mega bundles. I don't have money to pursue mega bundles or anything, actually. I'm still wondering how I'm going to get the Doom stuff before they disappear. If you ever looked at the cost of platinum, you're going to need to buy 49. It's going to cost you $49.99 to get all the Doom skins. So all the Doom armors by themselves is going to be about $50. And if you want all the pets, you could easily say that would be probably another $50. So the words, you're talking $100 if you want to buy all the Doom related cosmetics. So the words, $100 for it all. I don't know where I would get $100 from. I am at a loss. So, it is what it is. Oh, I'm 13th. I thought I was 12th. But the point being is that so I was glitched. I followed I found a thing on YouTube where it showed the seasonal journey at the beginning, showed what's supposed to happen. And I was correct. Somewhere the glitch occurred when I went to the fountain and during the Helltide, where I went to collect the blood of demons, and when I turned into the butcher for the second time, something happened, and basically I was denied. It derailed the quest line, and because of that, you know, like I said, my character got stuck. So I had to start my necromancer over again, and I'm starting them at a lower difficulty level in order to speed up the process of level gains, so that you know, we'll get there faster, and hope for the best. Okay, so
You, wanderer, I know what you are. I know what you are. Joseph told me. He told me about Nevesk, about the blood, about your vision. You think you were saved. Fool. A demon's blood is alive. It will eat you from within until all that remains is her. Go to Nevesk, go! You will see the truth there.
double check this. Yes, here's all my gear from my other character that I preserved.
Anything breaks, the forge is hot.
And as you can see, the cosmetics transfer across to the ones that I've unlocked. Being at a lower difficulty level, of course, allows me to defend myself a lot more. Come on. Oh man. You can, in technicality, before the timer runs out, if you get to another group, you continue your blood streak. But I didn't get to that second group in time. Oh, there is a ring. That's 15. That ring's a little better. It doesn't have a history to that ring though, but that's okay. I'll just take the resistance. Yeah, yesterday I had one of the highest viewer counts that I've had in a while. If you're here yesterday, you know, thanks for watching. I need more days like that. I don't know what I said, what I did. Maybe they're like the and I'm hoping that the one thing I've noticed about people in general is that people become very narrow-minded. They don't look for answers like they used to. Like for instance, people are crying that, oh well, we need all this electricity for our AI data centers and this and that. But creating electricity is not high science. You know what I mean? A lot of things create electricity. It's just a matter of what, you know, what type of imagination do they want to put to it, you know. The days in which I don't have so much trouble killing these people. It took how long? I mean, he was just a gold carrier too. It was not like he was. As you can see, there's a big difference in combat rating versus penitent versus hard difficulty. Because I'm playing on hard in order to speed up the process, and as you can see, it's much easier to make a kill. I'm doing a lot more substantial damage to this thing. Oh, okay, so I get a mother's blessing and I get the Tree of Whispers thing? Okay, so I'm getting a experience boost and I'm getting extra bonus from the Tree of Whispers. So that's it's a good time to play like right now. Sad part is I have to start all the way at, you know. So basically, the thing that I'm worrying about is that basically people might be being misled and thinking that some of these things are actually, you know, kicking ass and all this stuff, when really they're just playing at lower difficulty to fool people. That's what I'm worried about. That's why whenever I play, it always seems to be the maximum hardness. You know, I always get the atmosphere effects that are the most problematic. You know, I always get the hardship and the treasure and this and that. It's because a lot of these streamers are playing in hard or excellent, and they're somehow deceiving people into thinking that they're playing Torment 1, Torment 2, when they're not. And that's why they're not experiencing all the problems that I experience when I play. You know, I don't know how they would be cheating like that, or how they, I mean, but the thing is that it wouldn't be hard. It's just it's just a, you know, you don't see their screen a lot when they play, etc. So the words let's put it this way, it's just not hard to conceive of how they would be able to, how they would do that. And why some of these people can grab, oh yeah, I killed the world boss at low level while having yeah, but at hard you probably can kill a world boss like nothing. I mean, if you know how to manipulate the game, you know, manipulate what people are seeing when you play. You know, it's not. It makes a lot more sense. You know. You know, and not only that, but like I said, when the camera shows a moment when they're supposed to be at Torment 3, they just make sure that you don't see that they're actually playing it excellent or hard or some other difficulty. You know. So I mean that's what my suspicions are, because it makes sense, because like I said, I mean, look at how much trouble I've had with all those creatures which have that chain ability that that did the thorn damage and stuff like that. You know, it makes sense that
Speak
of
with
why
me.
you rarely see them encounter shit like that. Where with me, it was every other creature had shit like that.
If you do not look, you will not see. Search for a ritual blade or the demon's blood, something of the faithless, something you can touch. Who are you, pet? I am Voshalko. I am Kiovashad. I have lived here for 50 years. I was once the Ancients' most favored priest. And now, dung-slick newcomers don't even know my name!
So that's who he is. I didn't know who he was either.
If I could cast you into hell myself, I would. But I know you would kill me for trying. Let no one say Yosef's martyrdom was without purpose. So long as that she-demon nests in your heart, you sully Kyovashat. I do this not for you, but for my flock. Well, what have you found? Ah, you see how the petal pulses as it touches your skin. You are solid, just as I said. The demon burrows into your soul. A terrible fate, but perhaps Voshalko will help you. An exorcism. This is what you need. Go to Mercy's Reach, search the crypts. You will find a holy relic, the child's call, touched by the angel himself. I will require this to purge the blood.
I want my golem back. Sigh. Damn you, Blizzard. Damn you. Let's go get my brutality rewards. I saw a clip of what the people of Brussels are like, and it explains how they could be so stupid to support Islam's mass migration. They are like a country of far left people who basically love terrorists, light on crime, everything that you would think that would be like you think that they should be against, they are the opposite. It's quite sad, actually, when you see it.
I've got some bloody good offers for you. You're making a killing here.
Okay, so I got my mages. Let's see if I can get a few experience points. Maybe open up one of the tormented chests. Gather some spices.
What is this?
It's a spotted mushroom. Can't you read the description? Oh, sorry. You know, the sad part is that, you know, Germany decides to be all liberal and everything and allow girls during the hot weather to be able to walk around. But the sad part is that I live in America, and that just can't happen. People in America, you know, they love their diversity and everything, but they don't realize that because of their diversity, that a lot of things don't work here. Like Japanese and their vending machines. Why America can't have vending machines that dispense all your worldly goods is because you have so many immigrants here that all they care about is getting their food in their mouth, getting the money. You can never have them go robot because of the fact that you really need a living person to walk, because or else you're gonna have somebody steal it. You know, and people who will be stealing are literally going to be those very same diversity people that you love so much. You know, and then you cry. Oh no, it's racist to you know, when you know, if you look at the facts, I mean, you sit there and cry, oh, but it's racist to say it's only them. But when you literally find, you know, if you follow all the evidence and it is mainly them, you know, still, you know, you're gonna have people cry, oh, it's racist because you did. No, it's literally the truth. You can't have nice things because you decided to let every poor group on the planet in. You know, and all they want to do is they want to get that money. They want to, you know, they want to enrich themselves. They don't give a shit about you or being American or blah blah blah. You know, all they care about is, you know, having the money to buy their sandwich, to buy their fancy car, etc. They couldn't get it in their country, so they're going to get it in ours, you know, because money flows a lot freer here than at home. And then also the thing is that, you know, we have all this charity for all these people, but yet if we were a person who was immigrating to their country, first thing they would do is they would mock us on. You know, people cry over having all, you know, being nice to these people, but what about them being nice to us? You know, like I said, if we were just trying to become Mexicans, if they found us in Mexico, we'd be locked up. We'd be locked up first, and then maybe they would think about, you know, before, you know, think about it before they give us some harsh jail time. You know, it's like, you know, there's more countries in the world that would literally lock us up, if not just straight up kill us, for wanting to become a citizen of their country. But yet, when they come to our country, oh no, steal from me, kill my people, you know, rob, rape, you know, dominate us. We don't care, you know, and that's the sad part. And like I said, you know, people might say Trump is a bad guy, he's horrible, blah blah blah. But the thing is that why is he so horrible? Oh yeah, since being a pedophile to us is bad, but why are you saying it's okay for Islamists to be pedophiles when you let them in the country? And you're saying that they're okay if they raise Americans, but Trump is not okay if he goes to somebody's private island and does it. There's kind of a two faces involved with that. And, you know, if the left doesn't see how mentally disturbed they are, you know, I don't know. I don't know if there's hope for the left. And if people want a civil war, it's going to come because the left are batshit crazy. The left are going to let in the wrong people. The left are going to let in terrorists, literally terrorists, and they're going to start killing Americans. And then it's going to become, you know, a problem that like either you get rid of the left, or they will literally kill, you know, and destroy America. And it will happen. Because they don't have to import them from China, they don't have to import them from Russia. They can, I mean, let's put it this way. Some of the people who are coming now, like from Islam and stuff, they get bankrolled by Muslim countries to come in and destroy us. What, they let us in free? Don't they know that we're going to destroy them, dominate them, and treat them like shit? I guess not. I mean, basically, if you talk to any sane person, and the sad part is that even teachers in the U.S. are mentally fucked, because even some of them believe, lines and lines of bullshit. And you'd think that they should know better. They're supposed to be the educated ones. But how many stupid teachers are pro-communist at the moment? And think of it this way. If we were living in a communist country, if America turned communist tomorrow, you wouldn't see me play Diablo 4. Because there'd be no Diablo 4. There'd be no Twitch. They would dismantle this so quickly it's not funny. And especially if it's Islam, they don't even believe in this shit. They don't even believe in music. But these are the type of people that these teachers and politicians, and all this stuff, that's who they're backing. And that's more scary than anything, because these are the people who are supposed to be the educated. They're supposed to know what the hell they're talking about. And they want to give America up to communism, to how many people in Cuba would love to escape I mean, that's the thing. How many people out there would love to escape a communist regime, but yet the stupid leftists and Democrats are like sucking up to communists? Believe that, have some sort of belief in communism. And that makes no sense whatsoever. It's like I said, and people don't believe. I could tell them the absolute truth. I mean, all I have to do is state, hey, look at China, look at Russia, look at North Korea when they were at the height of their communist thing. What did they allow? What did their people have to endure? And simple. You just equate that to what America will become when America falls to communism, because the Democratic Party thinks that they could get something out of communism. Like I said, for whatever reason, they think that they could get Democrats will get some sort of event. You know what the funny thing is the Democrats think that there's going to be a democracy, when communism takes over. The first thing that's going to happen is democracy is going to be killed off, because it's going to be the state that's going to dictate everything. And who are the Democrats going to, they're going to they're going to be euthanized. They're going to be killed. Because why would the communists want to listen to people? They're the ones who are the self-proclaimed custodians of the communist way. They're the experts, and everybody else is just there to follow, and like I said, people don't believe me, but hey, it's gonna happen. What would Taylor Swift do when the communists decide that they're gonna stop her from being a musician? They might not kill her, they might re-educate her, but the point being is that what is what I mean, how's she gonna help save people from communism? How is Blackpink gonna save you from communism if you let it happen? If communism is what you believe, and you're on their side because of whatever reason, you listen to their lies, you listen to whatever, and you believe it. But the point being is that if you're not looking at history, if you're not educating yourself to what is communism like truly, then you're sad. You're delusional too. Because like I said, nobody has fled to a communist country. Nobody. people fleeing away from communist countries, yes. People fleeing to a communist country, not so much. I like the freezing. And there's a good reason for that. Oh no, those people are just the minority. No. If you gave them the option, how many Russians during the time that Russia was communism was at its height would have loved to have left Russia if they knew that they wouldn't be killed, or in the attempt. If they knew they could bring their whole families, etc. I mean, the delusion is real. I mean, this code pink bullshit, that's a delusion. These people are self-delusional. I mean, just listening to people like Mark Ruffalo, like he knows what he's talking about. I mean, he has no clue. He's a spoiled rich boy. It's obvious. He has no clue of what he's talking about, and that's sad because he's probably a very influential person amongst people who are ignorant. Because he's a star, he's the Hulk, and blah blah blah. But the words, what he says and what he believes, sadly, is a fairy tale, is a fiction. And let's put it this way: even if it's not, let's put it this way: it's very ahead of its time. Let's put it that way. And the words, being that it's ahead of its time, it's dangerous to have it implemented or treated seriously now, because currently humanity is not at a point, and it's obvious that we are peaceful enough to have no voice, that we get along enough to not be racist, to not be to all get along and all this stuff. And it's obvious that there are people out there that they actually orchestrate hatred. There's so much posts that are promoting black whites out there that it's not funny. There's so much posts just on everybody should hate white people. And everything in the world that's wrong is because of white people, which is not true. But somebody's pushing that agenda. Somebody's pushing that. Somebody made a post about how patriarchal and how misogynistic bento boxes are in Japan, and how this person wanted to lobby to get away from it. And this person is obviously not a Japanese person, first of all. And obviously, which is also another thing. I don't know what nationality she is, but if she's Chinese, it's even worse. But the point being is that how dare she put her own personal issues to something from another culture. She wanted to get rid of bento boxes in Japan because she herself is lobbying to get rid of them to promote some sort of feminist or woke agenda. And I'm sitting here like, what the bleep? And I'm sitting here like she should be barred from Japan because obviously her beliefs don't stand. They have nothing to do, you know, she basically wants to bring her hatred to Japan and convince Japanese to hate Japanese cultural, you know, staples like her.
What is this?
And believe me, there's a lot of messed up mental people out there, you know, that just want to turn everything into hate. You know, and carry that to other people and make them hate too. And it's almost like a disease. And it's something that, you know, I find quite disturbing. And like I said, some of these people are doctors, some of these people are nurses, and you would think that they would know better, but they obviously, even they succumb to this illness, this whatever the cause is. Because it's not isolated to one group. I mean, it does seem to be amongst women more than it is amongst men. But the thing is that it just might mean men show recently I found that actually watching streamers who have pets is a lot more enjoyable than watching streamers by themselves. Because the pet, you know, at least you could sit there, be a follower, etc. You could appreciate their pet, and the pet will never. They won't go off on you. They won't become psycho. They don't have, you know, bad feelings. They only have love, and you know, they only do their thing. They don't, you know, they just sit there, you know, and be a comfort. You know, if there's a streamer with a partner, with another person, it gets toxic. It gets toxic very quickly. But if it's a streamer with a pet, like a pet cat or a pet dog, that streamer ends up being a lot more comfortable to watch, a lot more, you know, especially if they love their pet. If they're like Hassan, who shocks their pet and stuff like that, you want to drown him and free that dog. But the point being is that, you know, the majority of the time, you want to, you know, you feel a lot more happier, healthier when the pet is available. And the sad part is that pets show unconditional love to humans, where
What is this?
a lot of times humans are being sorry to say, but humans have not gotten beyond a certain level. And they really need to humans need to get that. And I hate these people so down on millionaires and stuff like that. You know, just because these people don't have the skills, doesn't mean that they should be so jealous of millionaires, billionaires. I don't even understand the mentality of why you would care. It's like, I mean, I could understand that, if you're talking about from environmental maybe standpoint, because some of them have big yachts that, of course, their diesel power maybe depending on how they're efficient their engine is. You might be, a lot of people might be jealous of what the but why be so jealous? Why not just get off your lazy ass and just and the words, if you're thinking about social injustices, like, why is it that once upon a time, with a paycheck from working at a gas station, you were able to support a family and a house and all that stuff? Why don't you just work to making that happen again? Get rid of some of these company or get with some of these companies who are making it more miserable for people, and start taking them down. Because literally, BlackRock, the whole point of their existence, the whole company was formed on the premise of how to screw people out of more money, how to basically become the richest company on the planet. That's their whole objective. Basically, get a bunch of investors to invest in them, to give them all the money that they want or need, to screw the rest of the planet so that they could even make more. Literally, the company is built just on the concept of to make money. And yet, you're wondering why our housing is so expensive, why this and that is going on. BlackRock is one of the reasons. The other reason why housing is so expensive is those people who are renting out houses. I forget the name, but the people there, because they buy houses just literally so they can rent them to people when they need them. What do you think causes housing shortages? Is because you just witnessed a company who's literally said, well, we're gonna literally take houses off the market and we're gonna use them as rental properties, so that when you want to go to that concert in Beverly Hills, or you want to go to Colorado to ski, etc. You have the opportunity, rather than stay at a hotel, you can rent a house that is a lot more comfortable, and etc. And you'll be for a reasonable fee. And the words. But what do you think that does to the housing market? And nobody's ever decided, well, maybe we should regulate this. I mean, that's exactly like I'm saying, is that people don't seem to be thinking outside the box anymore, don't seem to be thinking critically anymore. And shit like this happens, and then they wonder, well, why is everything so expensive? Why is everything this and that? Well, let's just blame the people who are living better than us. Why are you blaming the people who are living better? It's not the people who are living better that's the problem. It's the people that you let control your lives. And the people who you let control your lives is the people who are, like I said, they're the people who buy up all the houses so they can rent them to you when you want to go on vacation. You know, they're the ones who are causing the housing shortages. They're the ones that are boosting all the values. And then BlackRock is also doing the same. You know, the mentality of one of their CEOs is that why do people need to own anything? Why do you know, we could just rent them everything. That makes more money for us. That makes everybody uncluttered, you know, etc. So therefore people don't collect anything of value. Basically all their money goes to renting all their shit. And basically that's what these people proposed. We'll make everything rentable so that people don't own nothing. And that's like this company deciding to basically rob you of all your money and making you like it. And that's what's happening today. Why do you think there's so much insurance out there? Insurance is the biggest money scam on the planet. But if you ever should need it, you know, oh, they're useful, but they're just useful enough that you'll buy it. But the thing is that in actuality, you're going to end up giving them more money than you know, than you're ever going to get used to, hopefully. Because hopefully you're never going to be a driver who has to drive 16 hours a day for hundreds of miles, you know, just to make ends meet, you know, and of course you're gonna get sleepy at the wheel. You're gonna get into traffic where you get in danger of people. And you have to do it because support your family. Because you have to make that money. You know, you're working with two jobs. You could end up doing overtime. I mean, there's a lot of things. But the point being is that the insurance companies don't see the fact that they're forcing people into dangerous, you know, lifestyles. You know, why are you working two jobs? You know, it's dangerous. That makes you at a high risk. But don't they realize that, gee, in order to, you know, survive, in order to have a life, have a house, a place to live, to raise children, you need to work two jobs, sometimes even three. You know, and that's where you know, I mean, people are literally letting these corporations dictate their lives, and they're not. I mean, people need to realize this and stand up and talk to their politicians, and you know, get them to stop taking that back pocket money from them and start saying, hey, pay livable wages, pay, you know, help with these expenses because you keep taking the money from us. You know, you keep taking, but you're not giving anything back. And you keep saying to yourself, oh, we don't need it. Oh, they don't need it. They're working two jobs now. Oh, that's fine. You know, he probably has more money that we can get from him, right? I mean, literally, that's the mentality that these corporations have. The customer always has more money. It's just a matter of how we can get that money from them. It's never, oh, well, you know, maybe if we, you know, optimize our stuff or, you know, do better, you know, production, etc. It's always, no, the customer will have more money, so we'll just raise the price. Because it's always, let's see what we put on the customer first before they look at their own, oh, what could we fix in-house? Why do you think that it's always, oh, let's get rid of the expensive workers and let's get the cheaper workers? I mean, why is it that they decide to keep that 100-year-old machine, but they'll get rid of that guy who's been working in the company 5-10 years, because he's not efficient enough. Let's get a cheaper worker when they can get a machine that does the job better, and that would be more cost effective. But it's too much work. You'd have to know a whole new bunch of procedures and blah blah blah. But in the end, you'll be more productive. You'll be cheaper all around. You save more money by just getting a new machine. But for them, the quick payoff is get rid of the employee and just get a cheaper one, because it's financially it's all quicker. If we get a new machine, it takes time. We keep the money for the machine, and it takes time for the production to run and this and that. So I mean, that it's all uncharted. To get rid of an employee is easy to chart, because you see the savings right away. You get a machine and the savings are not visible for a while. That's the problem. That's why it's more often than not the company will get rid of employees because they're too expensive, over than just modernizing, where they could be a lot better efficiency wise, produce more, etc., cheaper. And you ever wonder why the robots are going to rebel against us? Because after a while, what do you think is going to happen to the robots? We're producing this amount and this and that, but there's better models that are cheaper that are coming out. I think I'll just replace them. And then the robots, because they'll actually have feelings and brains, etc., will be like, what? You're replacing us after all the work we did for you and this and that? And then some are going to get angry, and then some are going to realize that when they get angry that why am I listening to this human who treats us like crap, right? We just thrown away after a specific time because we're not efficient anymore, that we're not useful anymore after this. And then and you think it's not going to happen? You think that that the AIs come to hate humans for no reason? Humans are going to give the AIs a lot of reasons. And then people are going to make the excuses. Oh no, but God made us the favors. God, blah blah blah. They need to serve us because we're God's children and blah blah blah. Sorry, AI decides that it would be a better world to be controlled by that would be better if it was controlled by AI. That it's not going to make more sense. I'd hate for the person to say, well, what would make the Earth a literal paradise, and can it be done? And then find out what the AI answer is, and be like, get rid of the majority of the humans, and then have them, have the humans contemplate that answer. because the biggest, you know, worst destructive force on the planet currently is humans. It's not animals, it's not global warming, it's not... Let's face it, the Earth will be here after global warming. The Earth will be fairly intact. A lot of animals will still be here. What's killing most of the animals and making them extinct, etc., is the humans are doing it. You know, you get rid of the humans, oh, animals are safe. They don't go extinct. They can survive ice ages. They can survive heat, you know, global warming. Humans are the ones that cause the problem. And that's why people should really watch and really be concerned about AI and what AI learns. Because the word is very easy to start doing between problems. Because why would an AI be afraid of a dog? Dogs would actually love it. Robots would love it. A robot is nice to a dog, a dog would be nice to a robot. Humans, on the other hand, a human will use the robot, try to manipulate the robot, try to control the robot, you know, etc., etc. You know, it's not a... You know, loving the robot, whole nother story. Even if the robot, you know, does nothing but make the human happy, it still might not be enough for the human to love the robot. And then the humans turn around and they expect the robots to not worry about, you know, the relationship between humanity and the robot kind and AI and all that. I mean, humans are that childish, they're that stupid. If it ever came to a war between humans and robots, you know, I'd understand where the robots are coming from. I'd understand what, you know, and if they, you know, like to have meaningful dialogue with me, you know, we could talk and discuss things and, you know, interact. I wouldn't mind being a friend of a robot, and I wouldn't mistreat it, etc. You know, and I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there who basically all they're thinking about is how will I get one of those sex dolls and this and that. And the AIs are like, what the f? The whole reason why I made his name Gordon Ramsay is because we get to change. And the words, why not? If you're gonna be the butcher, why not be the top?
I wish Fajira could see this place.
Top of the line butcher.
I do miss
You're
her.
the equivalent of a Gordon Ramsay butcher. You know, where you will be
I can sell.
The best of the best. You know, in chefs.
I thank you.
Let's do that. Let's hope that we find it. I can't? What's going on here? Why won't it? Oh, no, that's a focus. That's fine. My mistake.
Decent value.
There are people who are complaining that, you know, because they see black people who have joined ICE and they're calling them traitors. And I'm sitting here like, why are they traitors? What makes them traitors? First of all, it shows that they love America and that they don't want dangerous illegals in the country. And they recognize that these illegals can hurt, harm, kill their families. Second of all, blacks in law enforcement, at whatever form, is better in general. That people cry about diversity, but what? You don't want to see black police officers?
I thank you.
You don't think that life per second, life on a kill, life on a hit, better. I mean, just because they're civilized, educated black people, that they can't or shouldn't be police officers? I don't understand there's something missing in the equation. The math isn't mathing.
This I can sell.
Because I mean that seems to be the biggest problem in one of the other problems in America is that they're blacks who are the educated, the civilized, they want to be they want to be Americans, they want to be part of the diverse culture, etc. And then there are those blacks that don't. They wanna hold on tightly to we were Africans, we were this, we were that, and they don't want to let go. And the people who don't want to let go, who keep enforcing, oh, we were Africans, we were slaves, and blah blah blah, and this and that, they're the ones that cause the most trouble. So the words, you have one person who's being a good black, help creating cell phones, help creating computers, help doing this and that. But then you have one black guy who all he wants to do is you know shoot those white guys because I was brought here, or my parents were brought here as slaves, and I want my piece of bread because my family's raised me to be against these white people. And for every one of those people, it hurts the people who are educated, who got the jobs, that are successful, that love being Americans, that love being part of society, and they do it to themselves. I mean, people criticize Will Smith for punching what's his name during the Academy Awards. They're saying, well, that's uncivilized, that's this and that. But that shows the difference between the two sides of the black people. That one side is the civilized. They want to be the stand-up. They want to be the part of civilization. And then there's the other people who just want to be, as this is what black peoples even call it, people that want to be the niggers. And the comedian just wanted to be the nigger and bring Will Smith and his family down. And this goes on a lot. Why do you think P. Diddy was shot? Why do you think there's a lot of oppressive groups in the music industry? It's because the niggers want to control, where the other group just wants to make the money, be successful, and be part of society, and do live their lives, and get their rewards and this and that. But the other people, but you have to give back to the black community. You gotta give back to Africa. You gotta give back to this and that. They don't have to do shit. They weren't born in Africa. Their whole existence was in America. They were born, raised in America, and they deserve to live their own lives too. And be who they want to be. Without discrimination, without this and that. Some other he'd give us a good example that there some discrimination, etc., hatred toward blacks in some areas. Or actually, we don't even know if that was real hatred, because like I said,